Hello everyone, we're from Home Group 4 and today we will be discussing and presenting about the problem-based learning one trigger discussion about water deficit and crisis. My name is Mekarana Sutanto and here are my fellow friends Alia Ramadita Putri and Emreza Putra. Okay, next slide. To begin with, we'll be discussing first about the overview of our presentation, which is the agenda. So, firstly, we'll be talking about overpopulation, which is the source of the problems in water deficit. Secondly, we'll be talking about the climate change as the second source of problems. And both overpopulation and climate change are seen to be the main problems in the article given. And in the last section, we'll be giving our recommendation based on what we have been discussing in the last session. Okay, next, please. Okay, so for the first problems is the overpopulation. So overpopulation occurs when human population becomes so excessive so that people deem it to be managed. And in Indonesia, mostly it is resulting from the increasing in the citizen fertility rate. And to overcome the overpopulation problems, we're giving four solutions and we'll be discussing one by one. Firstly is the transmigration. So transmigration is done by the Indonesian government as it gives many benefits to Indonesian citizens, especially to overcome the overpopulation problems. So there are many benefits, but we are only giving two main benefits as it is used to relieve population pressure in Java, which caused the scarcity of water, as what we've been discussing in this course. And as the population creates the inability to supply the water supply and demand. And moreover, transmigration also secure economic development in the outer island. So, um, and the second factor is the distribution even infrastructure. So in Indonesia, there are still many poor infrastructure that is devastating to the health of the Indonesian citizen and the economies itself. And poor infrastructure does waste resources, adds cost, diminish the quality of life, and also allow preventable waterborne disease to spread among the vulnerable population, especially for children. And the third solution is to attract capital to other islands so that it is similar to the first solution, which is the transmigration, as it does not only focusing on the Java island so that we can move to another island, but also if we do the transmigration and also attracting capital to other island, the water supply per year and per person can also increase. And the last solution is the program Keluarga Berencana, as what is being made by what have been made by KBBN that has already successful on its program of Bu Anak Cukup, and it's also give so many benefits to Indonesian citizens, especially for the family. Okay, okay. Next, please.
Okay, so the next one, I'll be explaining about the existing action to solve population. So the first one is shift capital city to Kalimantan. So I think what Indonesian government is trying to do now is to develop other islands and attract capital to other island to reduce the pressure of Java. And by this, government is initiating a shift to the capital city from Jakarta, which is in Java Island, and Kalimantan Island. And I think the main reason why is chosen because Kalimantan has a way lesser population and also have more land area than in Java Island. And by this, I think government is trying to distribute the population in Indonesia. And as Reno has also mentioned before, is that the aim is that the Indonesian population doesn't only focus in Java Island area, but also on other islands so that the water supply per year per person can also increase. And also the next one is that the Ministry of Public Works and Public Housing creates a unit under them to conduct the development of coastal clean water across Indonesia. And the last one is program KB2 Anak Cukup. This program, Keluarga Berencana, is a national scale program and it aims to control birth rates and also help control population growth in the country and to improve the welfare of mothers and children. And by the name Dua Anak Cukup, this program considered that the number of children in a family should be only two. And I think it could effectively work if people in Indonesia as a whole implement this program. Next, please. Okay, so the second main problem is climate change. So what can we do to uh, what are the solutions to climate change that we can do is that by shifting to public transportation, so it can really decrease the so by decreasing the use of private vehicle can really decrease the carbon emission that caused by the large number of private vehicle. So the public transportation such as MRT and LRT that have been made can really decrease the carbon emissions because by seeing at the graph above is that the carbon emission worldwide has rapidly increased in the last few years. The second one is we can educate and raise awareness because education is an essential element of the global response to climate change. And why? Because it helps the people understand and address the impact of global warming, increases climate literacy among young people, can really encourage changes in their attitude and behavior, and help them adapt to climate change related trends. And the last one is regulation for agricultural practices. Because agriculture practices could really play a prominent role in effort to address climate change. If farms and ranches undertake activities that reduce greenhouse gas emission or take greenhouse gas out of the atmosphere, these activities may include shifting to conservation tillage or maybe reducing the amount of nitrogen fertilizer applied to crops and maybe changing livestock stocks and management practices and planting trees or grass.
Okay, and then the next. So I will presenting about and explain about existing actions to solve climate change that already done by us, Indonesia. So here our government already make some program. So the first one is PAMSIMAS. So actually PAMSIMAS is community-based drinking water supply and sanitation. So it is actually the program of Indonesian government. So there are about three program. The first PAMSIMAS, and then the second PAMSIMAS, and today we have the third PAMSIMAS. Those program have already succeed in increasing access to safe drinking water for about more than 10 million people already could access to proper sanitation, and um, there are about 12,000 um, villages and also 200 more than 200 districts that already um, uh, feel the the goodness of Pamsimas. And the second one is developments of public transportation, as already told by Alia before in the previous page. Uh, Developments of public transportation could reduce the climate change because it can decreasing um, the increase of the increasing of CO2 in our nature. So actually, people basically people ask, yeah, what I mean, need transportation to move from one place to another. So especially public transportation, because this is very cheap, and if we want to move, of course, we need public transportation. So the roles of government and also everyone in the civilization, Indonesian civilization, is needed. And so together we could eliminate or decrease the climate change in our country especially. And then the next one, or the last part, is recommendation. So we from Home Good for recommending, the first one is we recommend, we have to learn from neighbor countries success stories. This one maybe we could learn from Singapore. Yeah, um, there are so many programs that uh, they do to increase their good water, and also to reduce the climate change. And the second one is implement better practice on the regulation. So this one actually talking about what need to be done by the government. Yeah, I think they have to be very serious in this matter, because um, if they don't do it seriously, there will be so many people that will be suffered. And the last one is um, invest on the innovation for agri technology, because yeah, agriculture uh, always uh, take damage to the our nature. So uh, we need to reduce it. Yeah. Okay, that's all from group for presentations of PBL1. Thank you very much. Goodbye.